तुम्हार yatakshane dekhilana charana tumhara. My journey to Gaya became successful the moment I saw your lotus feet. While wandering through the 14 worlds under the shelter of karma and jnana, by good fortune and piety resulting from devotional service, the living entities receive the opportunity to see the lotus feet of the spiritual master. Mute your phone, Krishna Mataji, Radha Mataji. The living entities receive the opportunity to see the lotus feet of the spiritual master, who is a reservoir of the seed of devotional service. Just by seeing the spiritual master, one's unauthorized, mundane, sensual, argument-based knowledge is checked, and the topmost shining glories of devotional service manifest in the heart. This is the fruit of visiting holy places. Srimad Bhaktivinoda Thakur, the crest jewel of Mahajanas, has written in his Kalyana Kalpataru as follows. Manatumi tirthe sadarata ayodhya mathura maya kashi kanchi avantiya dvaravati ar ache yata. My dear mind, you are always attached to the different places of pilgrimage such as Ayodhya, Mathura, Haridwar, Kashi, Kanchi, Avanti and Dwarka. Tumi chaha brahmbire brahmi bare ye sakala bare bare mukti labha kari bar tare mukti labha kari bar tare se sakala taba brahma nirarthaka parishrama chitta sthira tirthena hi kare. You want to travel to all these holy places of pilgrimage again and again for the sake of obtaining liberation. But it is clear that your heart is not becoming resolutely fixed by going to all these places. Therefore, all your wanderings are simply useless labor. Just see. Let us go further. Tirthaphala sadhu sange antaranga Shri Krishna bhajana manohara yatha sadhu tatha tirtha sthira kari nija chitta sadhu sanga kara nirantara. The real benefit of visiting any holy place is to achieve the association of the pure-hearted devotees of the Lord here living there. Establishing intimate and friendly relations with such great souls, let your heart be captivated by performing the charming worship of Lord Krishna in their association. Wherever the Lord's devotees are living, that place becomes a place of pilgrimage. Therefore, you should become fixed by constantly remembering, constantly remaining in the company of such devotees. Ye tirthe Vaishnavanayi, se tirthe te nahi ai, ki labh hantiya duradesha, yathaya Vaishnavagana, se sthana Vrindavana, se sthane Ananda Ashesha. I never visit any so-called place of pilgrimage devoid of the presence of unalloyed devotees. For what benefit is gained by walking to such distant places? Wherever there are devotees, that place is actually Vrindavan. Only there can one find unlimited spiritual pleasure. Krishna Bhakti yei sthane mukti dasi sei khane salila tathaya mandakini giri tatha govardhana bhumi tatha vrindavana avirbhuta apanil hadini. Liberation personified is herself, the humble servant of places, surcharged with devotion to Krishna. At such places, all water is celestial Ganges, every hill is Govardhan, and the very earth is indeed Vrindavan. Only such a place can manifest the eternal spiritual joy revealed by the Lord's pleasure potency. Vinoda kahiche bhai, Brahmiya ki falabai, Vaishnava sevanam mora vrata. I ask you now, dear brother, what benefit will I get by circumambulating all the holy places of pilgrimage? Personally, my woe is to serve the Vaishnavas with firm resolution, untiring endeavor. What a powerful verse, just see. This is what the scriptures say. Don't have to go anywhere. Just be association of devotees. And in association of devotees, go to the pilgrimage. What is the use of going to the pilgrimage? What is the use of doing any parikrama also, if there is no hearing and chanting of the Lord's name? That is why association of devotees is very important. Generally, we like to go to the Tirtha Yatras with our friends, relatives. But there, every chance is there to talk about the mundane subjects. Because you cannot avoid that. Family, friends, you cannot avoid talking mundane things. But when you are in a yatra, naturally, all the time you are going to listen about Krishna, because that is the purpose of taking to yatra. Every places are covered and every places the mahima is given. And that time what the devotees do, they are also chanting the holy name. But when you go with your friends and relatives, there is a scope of relaxation. There's a scope of small independence, which everybody wants. Relax, eat whatever you want, go whenever you want. But in yatra, it's like a military rule. You have to wake up early in the morning, you have to catch the bus, you have to climb the bus, and then you have to chant the holy name even in the bus also. This all you cannot do when you go with your friends and relatives. You may say, I'm going with my friends. I go with certain few devotees, together we go. Even if you go with 4 to 5 devotees also, there also you will not be doing. Because you are not under someone. There should be a Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru who is guiding you. If you don't do that, then what happens? Shrama eva hi kevala. It is said, Yatirtha buddhi salilena karhichit janeshu vigneshu saeva gokhara. This is the work of cow or a donkey. Because when we go to Tirthyatras, okay, here and there also, if you listen also, that will give some benefit, some small benefit. A real benefit is going with a group of devotees and also having your Shiksha Guru with you, Diksha Guru with you, and chanting the holy name and hearing. You may have gone 100 times, but again and again if you hear. So that has been given here. Or better is be wherever you are. There Vrindavan manifests, Govardhan manifests, just serve the Vaishnavas. So that has been given here. You want to travel to these holy places again and again for the sake of obtaining liberation, but your heart is not fixed up. So what happens is we give up our sevas also. Now what becomes a priority? Going to holy places. Because devotees, naturally, they will not go to some scenic places. So some relaxation, what they do, and then this becomes an habit. They give up their responsibility. Actually taking up responsibility to serve Krishna, that is the topmost. There all the holy places manifest. On our own planning some yatras, actually we should stop that. We are committed to our Jagannath center, Jagannath Devasthanam. So we don't have to go anywhere. Why we have to go? We are anyhow going twice in a year, thrice in a year, we go. But giving up our responsibilities and just roaming about, that has no sense. When you say no sense, it is nonsense actually. All the time, then this becomes an habit all the time. Because relaxation, body, see, Maya is very strong. Understand it very nicely. Maya is very strong. Somewhere there will be a desire to relax your body. Now, where is the relaxation? Chalo, we'll go to the dham. There I am enjoying. Why? This is known as so-called liberation. Liberation from the so-called thinking that, oh, I'm doing so much of responsibility. Why should I take up all these responsibilities? So running away from home, running away from temple, going to some dham has no sense. Because the piety which a person gets by performing his responsibility in a particular mission, that is more counted than all these things. Do you think you are pleasing Krishna there? No, you are not pleasing Krishna. You are pleasing your senses there. You may go and see the Lord there. Is the Lord not here? You may say, oh, I'm pleasing my senses there. Actually, you're pleasing the senses. Lord has not called you. Lord calls a pure devotee, and the pure devotee takes other devotees along with him. That is the principle. Acharyas have introduced Tirtha Yatras. Now see what is the condition which is happening in Badri. Because of all these things, people go with their families to Badri, Chardham Yatras. What they do there? You may argue, no, we are going for Yatras there. But you are talking something nonsense also. You will talk about your family relations and all these things. So that is why Tirtha Yatras should not be taken. Tirtha, pilgrimage, going to pilgrimage should not be taken very casually. Law of nature is there to beat. But if you are taking up devotional service sincerely and seriously, wherever you are, Krishna will appear there. You don't have to run behind Krishna. Let Krishna run behind us. Do the service in such a way that Lord runs behind you. Lord hankers for you. Don't try to show off that I have gone to so many places. No, not necessary. Whenever we are going, it is going. There should be some purpose. Okay, you have taken some mannat for the temple, go. Not for your family. If you have taken some mannat for your temple, okay, I have formed a temple to protect Lord to be residing in one place. I have taken some sankalpa. Then we can go. And there also discuss the pastimes. Just because some group is going along with the group and talking here and there. This is all has been very clearly told here. And when we say this to someone, then they get angry. Then they leave the group only. We have experienced this. Now see, there are verses which are speaking about this. Because we have been trained for past 20, 25 years. We have never gone anywhere alone. We have been trained that we have to, if you have to go, we have to go in yatras. Simple. Other all things are only sense gratification. Especially when you go with your family, it is a big sense gratification. Your sister, your brother, your sister's son, your brother's son. All these things are not going to give any benefit of going to Tirthyatras. Instead, serve the Vaishnavas with firm resolution, untiring endeavor. Just do. Wherever service is needed, just serve there sincerely and seriously. Lord Jagannath will appear there only. You don't have to go so far. Lord is very near. Tirthe pindadile se nisthare, pitrugana se hayare, pindadeya tare se jana, tomade khile, matra koti pitrugana, se kshane sarvabandha aya vimochana. Even offers oblations to his forefathers in a holy place. Then his forefathers are delivered. But one delivers only those forefathers to whom the oblations are offered. By seeing you, however, millions of forefathers are immediately freed from material bondage. See the powerful verses. That is why Chaitanya Bhagavat will improve our devotional service. Chaitanya Bhagavat, especially Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's commentary, the quotations, Vrindavan Das Thakur guiding us, we will understand, yes, just by serving the spiritual master, we are actually freeing so many millions of our fathers. Generally, when we serve Lord, we always see our money. Oh, this much money is there, not there. But just imagine how much we spend when it comes to personal sense gratification. We go out, we spend. Why we do that? For what reason? The same money can be employed in making a wonderful temple. The same money can be employed, that becomes Lakshmi. So never try to go alone. Yatras are facilitating us. Yatras are a small sense gratification which has been allowed. A small sense gratification. There also you don't have much time to gratify your senses because what you get is Krishna Prasad. At early morning you have to wake up, sleep, and whole day you are told to run about in different places. Hardly you have time to even talk to your family members, even though you get a room in the family with the family, you don't have time, all are tired. But that tiredness actually is the wonderful thing. So here very clearly it has been said, just by being fixed up in devotional service, we are freeing so many So many forefathers. Only those forefathers who are offered oblations at Gaya are delivered as a result of receiving those oblations. Yet simply on the strength of piety accrued by seeing an eternally perfect associate of Krishna like yourself, millions of forefathers whose names are unknown are immediately delivered from the ocean of material existence. There is no need to separately offer them oblations for their deliverance. They are those most fortunate living entities who receive the mercy of seeing a beloved associate of the Lord deliver millions of their forefathers from the bondage of repeated birth and death. In other words, they attain Vaikuntha through the worship of the Lord. So it is a bhagya, bhagya for a person to get spiritual master. Diksha Guru. Shiksha Guru are the hands of the spiritual master. Shiksha Guru has the highest responsibility given by the spiritual master. So in this way, whatever mission our spiritual master has connected us, just we have to do that. We should just do the work allotted to us. We don't have to run about 2-3 devotees going together, then enjoying something, then gossiping something. What is the use of going and seeing so many deities also? What a piety a person is going to get. Instead, if a person is fixed up in just doing the mission of the spiritual master, that is enough for us. We don't have to do anything. And even if we have to go, there are tirth yatras which has been given to us. Just we have to do that. We have to be fixed up. You cannot be fixed up with so many people. We can be fixed up only with one. How are you going to anchor yourself? We can anchor ourselves to one place. We cannot anchor ourselves to so many places. So our spiritual master, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj has given us. He has given us Jagannath Devasthanam. Do that. Over. Finished. We are just fixed up there. We have to get anchored here. Our whole mission should be how to serve Jagannath very nicely. Lakshmi Narsimha is also coming. So how to serve them very nicely. That should be our whole aim. There should not be any other aim. And even if we have to go, we are going in yatras. Simple. And that time that service is allotted to somebody else. So we should see that our service is not hampered. We just have to serve very nicely. Ataiva tirthana hetumara samana tirthera o paramatumi mangala pradhana. Therefore, holy places are not equal to you. For you purify even the holy places. Not you see. They are not even equal to you. Tirthi kurvanti tirthani swantastena gadabrtaha. That has been told. You are yourself a tirtha. Now you are even not the tirtha. You cannot be compared to tirtha. You have the capacity to purify even the tirtha. That means you are more than the tirtha. Yesterday somebody wrote that Jains have opened their pilgrimage for the common people, tourists. First of all, their place itself is not the pilgrimage. But Jains are not the devotees of Lord. Pilgrimage means, tirtha means where Ganga flows, Yamuna flows, loving devotion for Krishna flows. Jains are not devotees. They are atheists. So though they may have their own places, but that is not the place of pilgrimage. So only one who is offered oblations at Gaya is delivered. But for one who sees a Vaishnava, billions of his forefathers are liberated. That love for Vaishnavas should be there. Therefore, the Vaishnavas are much more exalted than the holy places. You are the purifier of all holy places and the more beneficial Vaishnava Guru. This is confirmed in the following statement of Dharmaraj Yudhishthira to Bhaktaraj Vidur in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.13.10. Abhavat vidha bhagavatas tirthabhuta swayam vibho tirthi kurvanti tirthani swantaste nagadavratah. Very important verse. Bhavad vidha bhagavatas. My dear Lord, devotees like yourself are verily holy places personified because you carry the personality of Godhead within your heart. You turn all places into places of pilgrimage. Now, somebody has a desire to go to yatra. What he should do? Conduct an yatra. Don't go with your family members. Take your family members along with other devotees and take the responsibility of conducting an yatra. then everything is perfect. Conduct the yatras. Take your family members also. Take everyone also. And there what you do? Read Prabhupada books. Read Acharya's book. Read the books of the holy places over there. Go on giving lecture. Somebody told, what is the problem? Even I am also going with the family members in the yatra. I told them, do this thing. Morning to you be in another room, separate room. Don't be along with your family members. Study over there, whole night study. And then conduct the yatra. Make your family members sit in the front of you. Take the class. If you're doing that, that is yatra. And if you, and early morning, wake up, go for chanting, go to every holy places, sit there, speak about it. How many family members will really come along with you? Just mark it. Because generally family members, they go together to enjoy. You may say, no, we are also going and seeing. No, the general tendency is, Papa, thoda ye hotel mein jate na, maja marte. This is the general tendency. They go to enjoy. You may go and seriously look at Lord, but after you come back, there's a general tendency to enjoy. That is why spiritual master is there to anchor our senses to the lotus feet of Krishna. That is why one goes in yatra. Samsara samudra haite udhara more yei ami deha samarpilana tumare. Please deliver me from the ocean of material existence. I surrender myself unto you. Taking shelter at the lotus feet of a spiritual master is a main entrance to the practice of devotional service to the Lord. That is why the spiritual master of all servants and the acharyas of Abhideya, Sri Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, has in the course of describing the symptoms of devotional service in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, has written as follows. Guru Pada Shrayas Tasmad Krishna Dikshadi Shikshanam Vishambhena Guru Seva Sadhu Vartmanu Vartanam. Very important verse this is. Guru Pada Shrayat Tasmat. First take shelter. Accept somebody as your Guru first. That is, accepting Guru means telling everything to Guru, taking permission. Guru is not just to give information. Guru is to take permission. Am I taking permission when I go somewhere? No. So who is your Shiksha Guru? There are so many instructing Gurus. You may be hearing classes here and there, so many. So you have accepted so many Shiksha Gurus. But who is that one Shiksha Guru to whom you disclose everything? Who is that one Shiksha Guru to whom you really ask permission before you go anywhere? To who is that Shiksha Guru to whom you are anchored? So that one has to ask to himself. If that Shiksha Guru says, no, don't go now, you have to listen. So we have been following this. My Shiksha Guru is Kamalochan Prabhu. I always ask this and this. And if he says no, there is stop. So we have to ask, who is that one Shiksha Guru to whom I am going to submit myself and whom I am going to serve whole life long. It's not just for information I accept as Shiksha Guru. For information, I have YouTube channel. You get so many informations. You become filled up with informations. This prakatya, that prakatya, this disappears, that disappears. You have filled up with so many informations. But then I lead my life without anchoring myself to one responsibility. So this is very important aspect. When you say surrenderance means become a slave, simple. Servant also nahi, become a slave. Whatever has been told, just accept. Whatever is told, just accept it. Just serve at any circumstances, at any. If the Shiksha Guru says, no, this is required, that is required, just serve. Then you can call, yes, he is my Shiksha Guru. Or there are many Shiksha Gurus. Take informations. Nowadays, this is a trend. Go on sitting before the computer. Go on taking informations. Go on connecting ourselves to so many. But then what is the use? Guru Padashre Tasmat Krishna Dikshadi Shikshanam Here, shiksha also means take punishment also. Allow your shiksha guru to scold you, slap you. Vishrambhena gurur seva. At every circumstance, whether your health is good, whether your health is not good, whether you have money, whether you don't have money, just serve. Vishrambhena gurur seva. Sadhu Vartmanu Vartam. Just follow whatever has been told. Just follow. Follow. Those living entities who desire their eternal ultimate benefit and freedom from material bondage should first take shelter of the spiritual masters, the manifestation of Supreme Lord. So actually, when we connect to one person, we are actually connecting to the whole parampara and the commitment which our acharyas have given to Lord, to their shiksha gurus, to their diksha gurus. When I say, oh, my shiksha guru is Kamalachan Prabhu, that means I'm committed to the whole parampara. It's not just one person. That one person is a representative of that parampara. It is not person. It is the Guru Tattva. So when we have to be committed, we cannot just run about here, there, get diksha from here, go somewhere else. It doesn't work. Just run about, just run about. There is no way of being delivered from the ocean of anarthas without fully surrendering at the lotus feet of the spiritual master. Unless one takes shelter of a bona fide spiritual master who is fixed in the absolute truth and conversant in Vedic knowledge, the living entity cannot attain the goal of life through the process of argument. The argument afflicted hearts of godless people who are ever forgetful of the lotus feet of the spiritual master, who are averse to the Vedic way of life, have taken shelter of the four defects. So very clear it has been given. Don't have argumentative attitude. You argue with your Shiksha Gurus also. So this argumentative attitude is not Vrajabhava. When Vallabhacharya came and just pointed out the defect of writing, Bhukti Mukti Spruha Yavat. Bhukti is Spruha. Bhukti is Pishachi. Accepted. How is Mukti Pisachi? So now Rupa Goswami said, okay, I'll correct it. But Jiva Goswami knew Mukti is also Pisachi. He argued when he was going along with Vallabhacharya to leave him. And he came and said, yes, Vallabhacharya accepted. Mukti is also Pisachi. Rupa Goswami told you, get lost from here. Mood of Vrindavan is not to argue. We argue for so many things. Even for donations, we argue. We'll say, please ask, Are Mataji, everybody is saying same thing. Why are you asking? Is there a tree in the temple which goes on providing temple activities? For our house, we did not say anything. This argumentative attitude is not going to give any purity. In fact, the heart becomes very hard because of the argumentative attitude. Brahma, the tendency to commit mistakes. Pramada, the tendency to be illusioned. Vipraliptaha, tendency to cheat. Karana, tava, imperfect senses. In such a way that there is no scope of taking shelter of the lotus feet of the spiritual master. Rather, there is only Guru Droha and Bhagavad Droha. Envy of the spiritual master, envy of the absolute truth. Those who are determined to merge into the existence, ocean of material existence, have no goal other than the unauthorized path of argument. So if a person is goal, there is no goal, he is very expert in his material life. But in the spiritual life, he is a big zero. Why? Because the house itself has no Vedic culture. You may chant 10,000 times also, you may be chanting. But there is no Vedic way of life. So in this way here, it is very clearly said, such argument is not going to lead to anything. They are unable to accept the shelter of the Vedic way of life or a bona fide spiritual master. If persons who are averse to the service of the Lord and who follow the path of argument proudly accept a so-called guru, who is an attached householder, covered by unauthorized seminal considerations as their spiritual master. And if being induced by blind faith, they continue this like this for millions of kalpas, they will never achieve nor eternal benefit. So what happens? He accepts a so-called guru. Who is that guru? Who is attached to all the sensual things. So there are so-called gurus in the market. Prabhupada says, like these gurus are there, so many gurus are there in the market, who have not given up their sensual tendencies. So what happens is, in order to propagate this great truth and educate people, Jagat Guru Gaur Sundar considered himself a surrendered soul at the lotus feet of the Guru, and thus instructed everyone about Sharanagati in the form of Atmanikshep and Karpanya, full surrender, full self-surrender, humility. So in the surrender, 6 aspects are required. Anukulyasa sankalpa, pratikulyasa varjanam, rakshasya tati vishwaso, goptrutve varnam tatha, atmanikshepa karpanye shadvidal sharanagati. If you see Sarvadharman Parityaja, there in purport, Srila Prabhupada writes this verse. 6 aspects, Anukulyasa sankalpa. Take the sankalpa which is in the Anukula bhava for devotional service. Pratikulyasa varjanam, give up all the pratikula bhava. Atmanikshepa karpanyam. Lakshasya tati vishwaso. He is there to protect us. He is a person. Goptrutve varnam tatha. He is our maintainer. Atmanikshepa. First, be vigilant of one's own senses. Look into it. Be watchful dog of our own senses. How much enjoying tendency we have. The moment we are let loose, bas, we want to enjoy. That is why we need a Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru to catch us. Because senses are like that. We should give ourselves to Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru. They will catch us and keep. And we should be caught also. Because if we are not caught, we will do whatever comes. Especially shopping is the craze in the so-called yatras conducted by with one's own family, one's own friends, or maybe 1 or 2 devotees going together. Because that is a tendency, enjoying accumulation, atyahara, so much of accumulation, wasting the money. That is a natural tendency. So what Atmanikshepa Karpanya, Kripanata has to be expressed, one's helplessness. And Kripanata means understanding that one is a fallen soul. Those who follow the path of material argument to fill the deficiency in insubstantiality, they perceive in a spiritual master who is fully surrendered to Krishna, and whose all endeavors are meant for the pleasure of Krishna have no possibility of being delivered from the pangs of hell. Those who follow the material argument, don't argue, just accept. Because the spiritual master is one who speaks from the Shastras, and Shastras are there to cut our material senses. It may not sound very nice, but don't argue, just take it, accept it. Whatever told, just accept. So in this way, here, Vrindavan Das Thakur teaches us the real way of surrenders. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Lord himself, he is speaking like this to his spiritual master. He is the spiritual master of Ishwarpuri. Now, when he sees Ishwarpuri, he speaks such wonderful words because he is enacting the pastime of a devotee. And as a devotee, we are committed to our spiritual master. Hare Krishna. Any doubts you can ask? Any doubts? No doubt. So tomorrow, Kalyan, we have MCC. In Thane, we have MCC on 15th. I request Thane Kalyan devotees, anyhow, are working very hard. Thane devotees are also doing very nice. Kandivali devotees are also doing wonderful. So in all the 3 places, 14th and 15th is in Kalyan because the count is so much, 750 they have crossed. So 2 days they have kept there. The school itself have offered the places for them. So now in Kalyan and Kandivali and Thane, devotees come together and see that the program becomes successful. I'll be visiting just in all the places. Kandivali, I don't know. I'll just come and just see how is all the arrangement. In Thane also, just come and see. Tomorrow all the papers will be received by everyone. tomorrow is today in Kalyan, everything is going to be going. In Thane, tomorrow, Parina Mataji, you are there now today, yes? Okay, Parina is not there. So Aruna Mataji, ask Parina Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Just come visit the temple and keep all the papers and all in a separate way. Nobody is going to do this here. And Kandivali, everything will reach there. So Kanna
Mataji, 14th evening, I will be there. I will go to temple if required. I am coming for this.
You are there, then I don't have to worry.
I am coming for this only, Mataji.
Very good. You are there, then my 80% tension goes away.
Nothing like that, Mataji.
Yes, yes. I want committed people. Committed, come, finish it off. I don't have to see there. In the same way, everything will go to Kandivali. There also they will manage. Kanna Prabhu Mataji. Jakkan Prabhu has lost his father-in-law. Sri Devi lost her father yesterday. So there Kanna Prabhu, Kanna Mataji, Kapil Prabhu and all will take the responsibility. So all the papers anyhow will go one day before. If my health is good, then I'll go, because yesterday I was suffering so much. All stomach disorder, this and that. So if health permits, I'll travel everywhere.
Mataji, Hare Krishna. Tomorrow is second Saturday. So DC will be difficult, no, Mataji, with all people engaged in this.
No, tomorrow no DC, because morning all there, Kalyan,
Yeah.
500 students are writing.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, okay.
I'll be going to Kalyan, just one round visit. I cannot sit in one place.
Yeah.
Today my stomach is little bit okay, but no guarantee. Let us see. Hare Krishna.